Hello everybody, it's Lucy here, and I'm going to talk about my OCs with you guys today. My OCs are mainly Peanuts based in like Peanuts AU, so basically 50s, 1950s, but I kind of disregard that half the time because I'm lazy. I'm going to display my OCs and their lore from first OC I've ever made to the most recent OC I've ever made, so let's get into that. Tanner is a germaphobe autistic child who likes sharks. And to be honest, that's kind of all that you see to him that meets the eye. But there's deeper lore that involves Tanner. Tanner lives with his mom and only his mom because his father left him the second he was born. Tanner's mother is an alcoholic who abuses Tanner a lot. A lot, a lot. Tanner has two half-brothers who are both in college. They are twins. Tanner will never know he has said brothers. He will never get to meet them. Tanner's story has two outcomes, one where he offs himself and the first person to find him is his best friend Jane, and the other one where Jane and him get married and they end up having 4 children. We will get to 3 of those children later. I have yet to make the 4th one. This is Jane. She is a theater kid and is best friends with Tanner. Unlike Tanner, Jane has a mother and a father. But like Tanner, Jane's mom sucks. Jane's dad is just the victim to Jane's mother's abuse, and so he's kind of stuck there. To explain Jane's lore fully, we must include her sister Robin. This is Robin. Her mother kicked her outside of the house when she was young because she dressed too boy-like. Robin can only go inside a shack in the backyard of her parents' house to wash herself and her clothes. The boy that is now shown is Nate, Robin's best friend. They really like making comics together. They are referred to as Comic Crew. Robin draws and Nate writes. Both Jane and Robin's relationship is very troublesome because the mother manipulates Jane into not liking Robin. So they basically have a falling out, and they will never truly be happy together. Luckily for Robin, her story ends pretty happily. She gets married to Nate and has 2 children. This is Luca, Nate's little brother. Credits to Eden, who made Nate and also made Luca's intro. Luca is, to put it lightly, incredibly stupid. Oh, and his father sucks. He is also gay, which being gay in the 50s is not a good look for you. Luca will never truly be man enough. This is Katrina. Her dad died, and her mom got with another man extremely quickly. She has 2 step-siblings and 1 half-sibling. We'll be on that later. If she had the option to, Katrina would commit arson. This is Akra. She is a glittery eyesore. Akra is in a circus with a bunch of other kids. Akra lives a grand life, because I have no clue what to do with her. She is lucky for now. Give me ways to make her traumatized in the comments. This is Eileen Marie Kennedy. She is my perfect child. Look at how cute she is in the pink. Her father is in the army, so she lives with her mother. She always has a can-do attitude. Eileen grows up to be a bisexual. How could she not? This is Elaine. I get her and Eileen mixed up all the darn time. Elaine doesn't like her brother. He tends to ruin her campaigns. This is Bill. Think of Bill as Charlie Brown, but his luck is 10 times worse. Bill's luck is insanely horrible, and that's basically all his character is, just having horrible luck throughout his whole entire life. Okay, this is a child from Generation 2. This is Ellis. This is the child of Robin and Nate. And this is his sister June, which is also made by Eden. Robin and Nate give their children great lives, so, he's just chillin'. This is Clarabelle. She's a child banshee. This part's kind of confusing, but since this takes place in an area called Peanuts Town because it's the Peanuts universe, picture there being a town before Peanuts Town, and it's kind of in the era of the Salem witch trials. This town's completely fictional, so bear with me. Clarabelle's mother was accused of witchcraft. Clarabelle was tied to said witchcraft, so she had to go inside the prison cell with her mother. Clarabelle's mother was going to get hanged, and she could not take it anymore, so she ordered Clarabelle to kill her, basically. Clarabelle did do that. She did end up killing her mom. She also starved to death in that cell. And yeah, for killing her mother, she got punished to Earth as a banshee. That's the lore I had planned out for her. I don't even know if it is her lore at this point because it's very confusing to state. If somebody knows more knowledge about the Salem witch trials and wants to rewrite her story, that would be great. Thank you. Clarabelle has ghost friends. She has human friends who can see her, but most of them, they have their own person, so she's just kind of alone a lot. Neoma is a messy werewolf child. She has a sister named Max, and that is basically it for her. You can really tell how much I like an OC based on how much lore I have for them. This is Miss Lynn. She's a science teacher. She's pretty cool. She's pretty encouraging to most of her students, so peak teacher behavior. Miss Lynn just wants peace on earth for everybody and everybody to be loved, so good for her. Picture a young, angsty teen. That's basically Dayton, so, yeah. Millie is cousins with Robin and Jane. She is very peak. She's very awesome and very lovely. Everybody clap for Millie in the comments. I got very lazy with designing Katrina's step-siblings and half-siblings, and I cut off Jaden's face in this screenshot, but if you'd like, you can read. Here, go ahead and pause to read it. This child is a jerk. He's a rich snob. Everybody hates him. Vincent Henry William Ellesmere. He down-talks women and collects expensive cars that are actual cars. Yes, real cars. Mind you, he's 9. His parents raised him to be this way. But we are not justifying his actions because of that. Everybody hates on him now. This is Violet. We love Violet. Like, look at her. Look at those bows. She is the girliest girl to ever girl, and she is a girl's girl, and she just supports everybody. Imogen is an introvert. She is the child of Tanner and Jane. She likes talking to ghosts and supernatural stuff. She usually is called Ren instead of Imogen, but you know. She is the second youngest. I have yet to make the youngest. He is a boy named Ian. This is Claudia or Audie. She is blind in one eye. She basically never talks, never does anything, never says anything, never steps out of line. She is also a child of Tanner and Jane, and she is in the middle with Imogen being the second oldest. This is Rosie, also a child of Jane and Tanner. She's the oldest. She plays hockey. She babysits her siblings and other kids, and she is one of her few family members who don't really look like a pale ghost. This is Christian. He likes math. He runs a letter advice column. Nobody has wrote to him yet. He gets prank called a lot by this girl Elaine, who he eventually ends up marrying, so there's that. This is Esther or Callie. She was born deaf and she uses sign language to communicate. She takes a bunch of dance classes and is really good at it, and she likes hosting picnics for her friends. Oh, and she's a lesbian in the future, and there's like doomed Yuri going on, so there's that as well. This is Charlie. She has enough dinosaur facts to murder your eardrums. Her family is Baroque. Not that it matters, because Charlie is willingly outside half the time just doing her own thing. This is Roman and Julia. I have absolutely no lore for Roman and Julia, except for the fact that they are actors. Castor is a ghost who is bound to his house and forced to live there as a ghost for basically eternity. How he died is his parents beat him to death and, like, snapped his jaw open, so that's why his mouth is, permanently open. He's only allowed to, like, leave his house that he's bound to when it's, like, a full moon night or, like, a day that a full moon is going to come out. That's because when he died, it was a full moon and it was nighttime. Jeez, talk about bad parenting. Dottie has brittle bone disease. She's a Girl Scout. She likes ladybugs. Her mom calls her Dolly, so that's kind of cute, I guess. This is basically rip-off Snoopy. But hey, he's still kind of cute, so. Lydia was born a medium, but she absolutely hates being a medium. She just wants to be a normal kid. So she tries getting rid of ghosts, being like an exterminator of sorts. She actually ends up befriending a whole bunch of ghosts, which is definitely not good for her plan. And yeah, her clothes kind of look like the crying child from FNAF, but like, I didn't plan that. Hey, lastly, the newest ones is Soren and Elodie. They're a recently deceased ghost couple. They passed in a tragic house fire. Elodie was pregnant with a child during that, but they don't know where that child is now. And so they just protect all the children who are still alive, acting like figures for those who can still see them, taking care of ghost children, all that type of stuff. That is the end for now. If you stayed here for that long, that is kind of impressive. Especially because my voice is not the most best thing to be listening to. I kind of have like a lisp, so it's kind of hard to speak. But if you have any headcanon, suggestions, fan art that you want to make of these characters, anything, let me know. You can reach me in the comments of this video, or you can check out my Discord and send me a friend request there. Oh, and if I make more characters and you would like a part 2, also let me know. I would appreciate that. Okay, goodbye.